Today we will see class 10 Geography, Resources and Development Part 2. Sustainable Development. Sustainable economic development means development should take place without damaging the environment, and the development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generation. Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit 1992. In June 1992, more than 100 heads of the states met in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil for the first International Earth Summit. The summit was convened for addressing urgent problems of environmental protection and the socio-economic development at the global level. The assembled leaders signed the Declaration on Global Climatic Change and Biological Diversity. The Rio Convention endorsed the Global Forest Principles and adopted Agenda 21 for achieving sustainable development in the 21st century. Agenda 21. It is the declaration signed by world leaders in 1992 at the United Nations Conference on Environmental and Development (UNCED), which took place at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It aims at achieving global sustainable development. It is an agenda to combat environmental damage, poverty, disease through the global cooperation on common interests, mutual needs, and shared responsibilities. One major objective of Agenda 21 is that every local government should draw its own local Agenda 21. Resources planning. Planning is widely accepted strategy for judicious uses of resources. It has importance in a country like India, which has enormous diversity in the availability of resources. There are regions which are rich in certain types of resources but are deficient in some other resources. There are some regions which can be considered self-sufficient in terms of the availability of resources, and there are some regions which have acute storage of some vital resources. For example, the states of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh are rich in minerals and coal deposits. Arunachal Pradesh has abundance of water resources but lacks in infrastructural development. The state of Rajasthan is very well endowed with the solar and wind energy but lacks in water resources. The cold desert of Ladakh is relatively isolated from the rest of the country. It has very rich cultural heritage but it's deficient in water, infrastructure, and some vital minerals. This calls for balanced resource planning at the national, state, regional, and local levels. Activity. Prepare a list of resources found in your state and also identify the resources that are important but deficit in your state. Resources planning in India. Resources planning is a complex process which involves the identification and inventory of resources across the regions of the country. This involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. Second, evolving a planning structure endowed with the appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. Third, matching the resource development plans with overall national development plans. India has made concerted efforts for achieving the goals of resource planning right from the first 5-year plan launched after independence. Find out what resources are being developed in your surroundings by the community, village, panchayat, or ward level communities with the help of the community participation. The availability of resources is a necessary condition for the development of any region, but mere availability of resources in the absence of corresponding changes in technology and institution may hinder development. There are many regions in our country that are rich in resources, but these are included in economically backward regions. On the contrary, there are some regions which have a poor resource base, but they are economically developed. Can you name some resource rich but economically backward regions and some resource poor but economically developed regions? Give reasons for such situation. The history of colonization reveals that rich resources in colonies were the main attraction for the foreign invaders. It was primarily the higher level of technological development of the colonizing countries that helped them to exploit resources of the regions and establish their supremacy over the colonies. Therefore, resources can contribute to development only when they are accompanied by the appropriate technological development and institutional changes. India has experienced all this in different phases of colonization. Therefore, in India, development in general and the resource development in particular does not only involve the availability of resources, but also the technology, the quality of human resources, and the historical experience of the people. Conservation of resources. Resources are vital for any developmental activity, but irrational consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. To overcome these problems, resource conservation at various levels is important. This had been the main concern of the leaders and the thinkers in the past. For example, Gandhiji was very apt in voicing this concern about resource conservation in these words: there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. He plays the greedy and selfish individuals and exploitative nature of modern technology as a root cause for resource depletion at the global level. He has against mass production and wanted to replace it with the production by the masses. At the national level, the Club of Rome advocated resource conservation for the first time in a more systematic way in 1968. Subsequently, in 1974, Gandhian philosophy was once again presented by Schleiermacher in his book Small is Beautiful. The seminal contribution with respect to resource conservation at the global level was made by the Brundtland Commission report 1987. This report introduced the concept of sustainable development and advocated it as a means for resource conservation, which was subsequently published in a book entitled Our Common Future. Another significant contribution was made at the Earth Summit at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. Land resources. We live on land, we perform our economic activities on land, and we use it in different ways. Thus, land is a natural resource of utmost importance. It supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, transport, and communication system. However, land is an asset of a finite figure 1.3 India, land under important relief features. Plains, mountains, plateaus. Plains 43%, mountains 30%, plateaus 27%. It supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, transport, and communication systems. However, land is an asset of a finite magnitude. Therefore, it is important to use the available land for various purposes with careful planning. India has land under a variety of relief features, namely mountains, plateaus, plains, and islands. About 43% of the land area is plain, which provides facilities for the agriculture and industry. Mountains account for 30% of the total surface area of the country and ensure perennial flow of some rivers, provide facilities for tourism and ecological aspects. About 27% of the area of the country is plateau region. It possesses rich reserves of minerals, fossil fuels, and forest. Land utilization. Land resources are used for the following purposes. 1. Forest. 2. Land not available for cultivation. A. Barren and wasteland. B. Land put to non-agricultural uses. Example, buildings, roads, factories, etc. 3. Other uncultivated land in bracket excluding fallow land. A. Permanent pastures and grazing land. B. Land under miscellaneous tree crops, groves in bracket not included in net swan area. C. Culturable wasteland bracket left uncultivated for more than 5 agricultural years. 4. Fallow land. Fallow lands. A. Current fallow in bracket left without cultivation for one or less than one agricultural year. B. Other than current fallow bracket left uncultivated for the past 1 to 5 agriculture years. 5. Net swan area. Area swan more than once in an agricultural year plus net swan area is known as gross trapped area. Land use pattern in India. Land use pattern in India. The land use pattern is determined both by physical factors such as topography, climate, social types, as well as human factors such as population density, technological capability, and culture and traditions, etc. Thank you.